Hello. I'd like to say that you can't avoid pain. You avoid pain at your own peril. Look at drug addicts. Most of them are drug addicts because they try to avoid pain through pain meds. And what happened? It bit them in their ass. And they sometimes live to regret it, and sometimes they don't. Mostly they don't. So that's just one metaphor, one example of escaping pain and paying the ultimate price. Uh, you have this pain is realizing that you are, and you will do anything to avoid that, which is why I wear the hat and made the hat, because I don't want you to avoid it. I want you to realize it so you don't do it again. But you will, because you are what the hat says, and you will do what the hat says, because you can't escape. You but pain is inevitable. Every change, every growth spurt involved pain. Probably a lot of it too. Divorce is very painful. It's a change in your life. A marriage is painful. It's a change in your life. Uh, I can't think of any change that you go through in life that's not painful in some way. And if it's not evident in the beginning, like the pain meds, pain meds feel good at first, and you're like, wow, I feel great. The pain is gone. I'm elated. But then what goes around comes around, and eventually it bites you. And you're like, whoa, I didn't realize what I was doing. It snuck up on me, you know, because you were avoiding the pain. You were looking at the pain being gone and not looking at what cost you were going to pay for that reality. And, you know, some people never come back from that, you know. Alcohol is a form of escaping pain, having a boring night, liven up the night, have a drink, pot. You're bored, smoke a joint. You'll feel a lot better. You'll laugh until you don't, you know. And when you look at your bank account, the laughter stops. So, but you rationalize it. You rationalize the high cost of marijuana or the high cost of alcohol, whatever you do. Everything has a high cost in that world. Uh, but you rationalize it. You justify it. Oh, I need it. It's worth it. Whatever the cost is, it's worth it. I mean, uh, Chandler from uh, Friends paid thousands and thousands of dollars for ketamine, which killed him in the end, and he justified it. He thought it was worth it. So be careful what you justify. It's amazing what you'll justify to avoid pain. You know, the president avoids pain by lying all the time. He doesn't want to face the truth because truth sucks for him. You know, and the immigrants are not going anywhere. You know, Mexico's on our border, our southern border, and they ain't gonna stop coming across because the president said so. You and not that they should. I don't think they should. I think there should be cross-border relations. People should be able to cross the borders, and we should be able to go there and not have a problem. Which a lot of people do. There's a great migration of Americans going to Mexico because the cost of living in Mexico is so low. If you live off Social Security, you can have a good life in Mexico. You can get a good apartment, a good house, a good condo, a good car, all in Mexico for a lot less, a lot less than you'll pay in America. Now they try to scare you with cartels and the crime and all that stuff. But it's really just scare tactics to keep you here because they don't care about you. Cartels aren't interested in a 60-year-old man collecting Social Security. You know, unless you get in their business, they're not going to get into yours. So it's really a false flag, and you know, it's difficult. You set up a bank account in Mexico, and you live in Texas, and you live in Mexico, and that's how you do it. You know, you know, there's ways around the system, as the rich know because they set it up that way. They have all their money in the Cayman Islands, stuff like that. So, or Panama. Panama's a big country for that. So they make all those countries make billions and billions off of their international banking, and they're all escaping taxes, and that's why they're there. Ireland is one of the biggest countries for that. Most of your big companies, Apple, YouTube, Google, all have their headquarters in Ireland because that's how they escape American taxes, and they know what they're doing. Everything's out of California, but the headquarters is in Ireland. Ironically, uh, look, and again, they're avoiding the pain, and they're going to pay for the price. They're going to pay the price of that. The best way to deal with pain is go right into it. Work right through it. Go from one end to the other end, and there is an end on the other side. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but you have to go in that direction. Otherwise, you'll never get there, and you'll be lost in the tunnel forever. And that'll be the pain, and that'll be the price you pay for avoiding pain. Uh, the light at the end of the tunnel is bright. You really can't see much going forward but the light, and that scares people away, and people don't go into the light for that reason, and they pay the price of that. And it's just I'm not saying I'm not saying uh, all pain meds are bad or you should avoid pain. You should endure pain at all costs. But when you're popping pills every day because of a pain, uh, you're not going to win with that. And you're lying to the public every day to avoid the pain. You're not going to win with that. And, you know, the Republicans want all that they want, and they're breaking all the rules to get it. But you know what? When the Democrats get in charge, which they will eventually, they're going to break all the rules too and say, well, you did it. We're doing it. You know? So what goes around comes around, right? And if you break the rules, I'm going to break the rules. And that's what they do. So don't be surprised when what you do comes back to bite you in the ass.